I love the video that I have for you today because it's a really fun one. Today, I want to look at some of the newest, latest and greatest beauty products that I am actually using in my everyday life. I wear kind of minimal makeup, that's actually kind of common when you're living in the makeup world and you're immersed in so much makeup all the time. You kind of pare down what you wear on an everyday basis. So I want to show you today my favorite releases, not just my favorite releases of the last few months, but my favorite new releases that I am wearing on repeat, that I just kind of have in my heavy rotation, if you will. And today I'm also really excited because we have a sponsor for today's video, something that I also already have in heavy rotation. That is Sleep and Glow. Today's video is brought to you by the Sleep and Glow Omnia Beauty Pillow. And I want to talk to you about it. I take sponsors only when they fit my lifestyle. Like recently I talked to people about this. Recently I had Samsung come to me about a phone, Samsung phone. I only use iPhone. Couldn't take the sponsorship. But when Sleep and Glow came to me, I said, I already used your pillow, guys. I already used an older version of this pillow. So this was an ideal sponsorship for this channel. This is a product I've already used on my own, bought with my own money, and then they approached me about a sponsorship. It's a perfect fit. So I want to talk to you about it. Here it is without its pillowcase, but I'm going to show you it with the natural silk pillowcase too. But here's the thing about the Omnia pillow. So see these little indents? Well, first of all, it's incredibly comfy. It's like squishy and memory foam and foam fitting. This is an anti-aging pillow. Stay with me here. It fights the kind of the sleep wrinkles that we're going to talk about, but it also avoids any sort of morning puffiness. Let me explain it. See, regular pillows, even the kind of orthopedic neck pillows, they will stretch and compress your skin, and that makes it puffy in the morning. And long time prolonged use, those of us who aren't spring chickens, with prolonged use can actually cause fine lines and creases in the face. This pillow is, like I said, a beauty pillow. It has an improved anatomical design that ensures comfort, and it does have that orthopedic effect to the pillow. So it gives you, while decreasing all these kind of settling that happens on our face, it does also give you a proper anatomical body position during your sleep. So you can also avoid kind of neck aches and back aches and all those sort of things, shoulder aches. This has memory foam like you wouldn't believe that adjusts to the shape of your face, neck, and shoulders. So this gives you comfort while also looking out for lash extensions. Now, I don't wear lash extensions, but my friends who do tell me that their pillow is super important because it can affect those very expensive, delicate lashes. So this is great for that as well. It comes with, let me show you this. Now, I don't have mine in because I'm a really short person. So I'm a side sleeper, but this is great for back or side sleep. What I like to do is I take this side here that's a little lower and I sleep right in here with my face in this little dent right here. But if you're a little bit taller or you like a little bit of a fluffier pillow, it actually comes with an insert that's this thick that you can put behind it when you put it in its pillowcase, and that builds up the pillow. So there's two sides here. I like the little shorter side and I keep it that way without the addition of the extra foam, but there's also a higher side. I think that's really for taller people or those who prefer to be a little bit more upright in their sleep position. And then both of those can be made a little bit thicker by adding in this little bit, which is kind of revolutionizing pillows because you can have one pillow and kind of two different heights or feels to it, which is really nice actually. I just personally prefer it the lowest. That's just personal preference. In addition, you can keep this for so long because there's silver ions in here that make it really naturally antimicrobial, antifungal, antiviral. That's actually really nice because it's, it's a pillow. We have our face on it all the time. Let's talk a little bit about the natural silk pillowcase. So I have two here, and the fun thing about them, I'm going to put it on the pillow in a moment. The fun thing about them is these can iron, they can wash, but they are still silk, not satin, but actual natural silk. So this is great for your hair, also really good for skin conditioning. It's like this little pillow has everything solved. I'm really a big fan. I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna put the pink, I like the pink one even more. So I'm gonna put the pink cover on it and show you guys. Here's mine with its little pink natural silk case on it. And this is how I sleep on it every night. But I do have the white natural silk case as well. So I do, you know, I switch it back and forth when one is in the wash because I like to wash my pillowcase a lot. And I'll put in some B-roll of the way I like to sleep on mine so that you can see it there. It is really a fantastic pillow. And right now you can use code NOT fit for print, and the lovely people at Sleep and Go will give you the Omnia pillow or any other pillow of your choice. They have cooling pillows, they have hyaluronic pillows, they have weighted and ventilated blankies. You can get blankets or pillows for $15, pounds or euros off, but you can also get 10% off the rest of the catalog. They have loungewear. There's even a pillow bra. You got to check out the site, but don't forget to use code not fit for print so that you can, everything will be down below, by the way, in the description bar so that you can get those savings. And this is a product I truly believe in, so it is an absolute joy to have them sponsor this video. Ask me any other questions below, and let's get right now to my absolute high rotation, brand new makeup products. Here we go. Okay, so the theme today, as you know, is brand new makeup that I'm loving and really, really using. So before we started, I applied color corrector from KOSAS and the Golden Beetle eyeliner from SWEED Beauty. Those don't fit the bill for the video, which is, you know, really, really recent releases that I'm loving. But I will put them down in the description bar anyway so that you can take a look and peruse it. And all of these items that we're going to work with, the newer items when we start, are going to be down in the description bar and where I can up here on the screen in YouTube shopping as well. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our new products. I just wanted to let you know what I already had on my face. So as you know, Chantecaille has redone their Future Skin Gel Foundation. It's a luxury product, so it's $95, but now it comes in 21 shades. I have used it forever, but I've recently fallen in love with the newer formulation and one of the newer shades in Macadamia. I always used to use vanilla, and I still love vanilla, but Macadamia has just been something I just really have been enjoying it because I think it's really nice and bright on my skin. I use very little. This is, to me, the way that you use this product effectively is to use very little of it. It just kind of adds a really nice hydrated feel to my skin, and it smooths out the color just a little bit and makes the skin look really supple. I think it's really nice. Well, I was going to say for summer, but actually I like it in the winter too. And to me, that's the key to it, is using very little. You can build and use a little more, but I think you saw there I use a very small amount of it. Just kind of evens out skin tone, and it is, I think, a beautiful product and lasts me forever. So I loved my vanilla, but the reformulation in Macadamia, one of the new shades, is one of my favorite. But check it out because there are 12 different shades. Now, I raved about this when I first reviewed it. I was absolutely shocked that I liked a bronzer this much. So if you've been watching my channel, you know what this is going to be. This is the NATASHA DENONA HY-SCULPT Liquid Bronzer. It comes in 6 shades, and you have to be careful to get the right shade. But if you do, I just can't imagine that you wouldn't love it like I do. This is the shade Foxy that I got it in, but it comes in 6 shades and is $36. And I just have never met a product that I love as much as this for bronzing. And I can't believe I'm saying that because I have too many bronzers. Here's what I do with it. Exactly what I'm showing you now. I just kind of put it around the perimeter of the face and warm the whole face up. I put a lot on the top there, but it blends so beautifully that I end up almost, to be honest with you, putting it all over the face. And I have never had it be problematic. I've never had it look funny. I've never had it not blend well, and I just love it. And I put it on that quickly, just as you see right there, and it just warms up my face. I'm very haphazard with the product, and I love it, and I use it all the time. That is the shade in Foxy. Love it. Okay, for blush, I have been living with and loving, again, a product I didn't think I would like that much. I'll explain. I have been loving the Victoria Beckham Beauty blush in the Color Wash. Comes in 3 shades. I bought another shade recently because I'm preparing to do, I have a series called I Bought More Shades, and so I did buy another shade of this for that upcoming video, so I'll save it for that. But this is the one I've been really enjoying that made me invest in another shade. This is the color Flushed, which is kind of a red rosy color. I wear this pretty much every day since I got it. And I have never really been a huge fan of these kind of liquid tinted washes. Daniel Sandler makes some that I love, but I just never really use them a lot. And of course, we all know about the Benefit Benetint shades. I don't know. This one, for some reason, is just remarkable to me. It blends better. It lasts longer. It just becomes part of the skin. It doesn't stay sticky. It has no weird fragrance. I am just incredibly impressed by this on bare skin over foundation, as you see, whether that foundation is cream or powder, or in this case, a gel cream. It builds beautifully. It looks pretty. I mean, I've never overdid it. I used it on my 18-year-old daughter, and it looked pretty. There's 3 shades of it. It is $46 each, but sometimes when a product is worth it, it's worth it. I had a lot of people in the comment section go, oh, you know, I'll skip it. I tried the Benefit Benetint. I didn't really love it, so I'm kind of okay. I don't love the Benefit Benetint either. No offense to the lovely people at Benefit. They're a great brand, but that's not my favorite product of theirs. But from Victoria Beckham Beauty, this one just works. This is like what every liquid blush wants to be, I think. And I have been, this and the NATASHA DENONA, I've been using every single day since I got them. Highlighters. Now, highlighter was a tougher choice for me. I've been really using the Urban Decay Face Bomb Luminizer a lot lately. But a new one that I really, really enjoy, especially when I mix it, is the YSL Hyper Luminize Powder. And it comes in 3 shades, at least here on Sephora, and it's $55 each. And I have been mixing the Rose Sand, which is this one, and the Lavender Lust. I don't like the Lavender Lust on its own. I'm just, you know, but with their blush, I like their liquid blush. Lately, I've been loving liquid blush. And I tend to mix the lavender liquid blush with another darker shade. So I've been doing that with the luminizer as well. I put one shade on, the lavender, and then the pink, and I kind of just swirl them together. And then I use a really, this is a kind of a rougher prototype brush, but I just kind of use a really light touch and just dust it on, and it makes a really nice ethereal glow. Not that you have to buy 2 shades, but just the lavender on its own is a little too cool tone for me. So I just kind of like to, I've been mixing those 2 shades, and I really like it. It's a light, kind of gentle bit of highlight. I do not like, personally, a foiled highlighter that kind of blings from the heavens or makes like a stripe. I just like, actually, probably a little bit of sparkle. I don't want to say glitter, but a little bit of shimmer that's very transparent. And I think these do it, especially when coupled together. But, you know, they're $55 each, so you're not implying that you have to buy 2. I'm just telling you how I've been using the lavender especially. It's just too lavender on its own for me, or a little too unicorny. Would that be the great unicorny? I just coined a phrase right there. Okay, now when we get to the eyes, we got eyes and lips. That's pretty much the basic face there. I tell you guys this all the time. I am inadvertently in vogue. I don't wear a lot of heavy eye makeup looks. I tend to just put like a bronzer in the crease. That would be kind of my everyday. And by the way, I have used this NATASHA in the crease and it works beautifully. But what I have been absolutely in love with since I tested it out is the Makeup by Mario cream eyeshadows. Now, this is another funny thing. I never thought I would love a cream eyeshadow. I've tried a million of them and they're all okay. But these impress the heck out of me. I have chestnut and blush, and I kind of use them interchangeably. Let me show you what I do. Kind of what I did in the video where I reviewed this originally and was so impressed by it, I just kind of put a little bit onto the eye and just kind of blend it. I use the chestnut very much like I would use a bronzer. So just there and around, a little bit down and into the crease. And I sometimes put it on the brush, sometimes I apply it to the lid. It blends so beautifully that there's really no trick to it. I love foolproof makeup like that. I don't like when I have to be careful and this and that. But this sets. The only thing you do actually have to be a little bit careful of is, one eye at a time, because these set here. This is a Rephr brush number 2, if you were wondering. And I just kind of like it run into the crease, and they just blend out so beautifully. And then I will often take the blush shade that I have. This comes, by the way, in 10 different shades. So you can get so many different ones, and they're $25 each. And it's lasting me a really long time. This is just kind of a pink shade, and I just like to put it onto the lid, watch what happens when I blend it. And it does give you enough playing time that if you know you can go quickly, you're just fine. See? That is a very typical eye look for me. Like I said, I'm inadvertently in vogue. I have always been this way with eyeshadow. I don't do complicated eye looks. Perhaps because it's not really in my comfort zone in terms of performing. But then I go back and I can take something like the YSL and just put a little bit here and a little bit in here. This is a very kind of me eye look. Very simple. I don't do a lot of crazy eye looks. And that shocks people because I work with makeup all day. But people will say, how often are you wearing such and such an eye palette? And if it's not kind of a boring eye palette, I'll go very rarely, but not because I don't love it. It's just not something I do. Okay, let's finish up the eyes. I have been really enjoying, speaking of kind of a new product, I love the Surratt and the Rephr eyelash curlers. And lately, since BK Beauty released their new eyelash curler, I've been using this one a ton, and I haven't put it down. I tend to just use those, the Rephr and the Surratt, whichever one I grab first. But the BK Beauty is on top, and I've been grabbing that one a lot and using the heck out of that. I really just like the kind of spring action it has, and the curl in my lashes really does last. So that's another new product I've been enjoying. Now this one, I've already ordered the full size. This is the mini. I've ordered the full size. What is really interesting about this video is there's a lot of products that I didn't think I would like. For instance, liquid for the cheek, liquid bronzer, cream eyeshadow. This is another one. I never thought I had room to fall in love with the mascara the way that I have fallen in love with the Too Faced Ribbon Mascara. It's a tubing mascara that provides both length and dramatic kind of depth to the eyelashes. This is the $16 mini. I have since ordered, and it will be here any day, the $29 full size. It's the convenience of tubing, but it's got the drama of a non-tubing mascara. If you don't know, a tubing mascara is nice because it cleans up really easily. A tubing mascara wraps almost, that's why it's called ribbon. Too Faced calls this their ribbon mascara. It wraps around each lash like a little tube or a ribbon, and therefore it washes off really with just soap and water. But oftentimes tubing mascaras, like Thrive is a really popular one, make your lashes really, really long. They don't have a lot of drama to them. And then Tarte had a Tartelette tubing that was actually really, really nice, that I loved for a long time. But this has become, I get compliments on this. When I wear this, and I spend a lot of time on my eyelashes. I just did this really quickly, perfunctorily for this video, so that, because watching someone apply mascara, even sped up, is so boring. But when I take time with this, I will actually get compliments on my eyes, even if I just have eyeliner and this on. Everyone's like, what is on your eyes? And it's because of this. So this has quickly become an absolute favorite. This is my, hands down, favorite mascara ever. And I can't believe I'm saying that. It sounds like I'm being so kind of like using hyperbole and editorial. No, I'm truly, truly loving these products so much. So that's it for me on the eyes. This is a very common everyday look for me. Sometimes I even don't put on the cream eyeshadow. But this is a very common look for me on the eyes. I could even probably do a little more on the cheeks, but I think it's just enough. Perhaps on camera it's not appearing that way, but I think it is just enough. Okay, now on to the lips. But let me just put in a quick word for this though. If I am going out at night, which is very rare for me, but if I'm going out and I want a little bit of glitz or a little bit of razzle dazzle, I will add in some glitter from one of the new DENONA Myricks Color Fix sticks. There's 8 shades of these. They're $38 each, and they're just beautiful. They have this really cooling feel when you put them on, and I tend to use them on the eyes, but you can use these anywhere. And like I said, they come in not just 8 shades, but 8 shade combinations. So if I'm trying to be a little bit fancier, I will kind of put it onto the lids. And I think it just gives such a pretty sparkle. I mentioned this in another video I did the other day, the Miss Dior palettes. I think that glitter, in a more grown-up glitter, is kind of having a little bit of a comeback. So I don't do this every day, but if I want to look a little bit more festive, fun, I will use. I'm really enjoying the DENONA Myricks Color Fix sticks. $38 each, but you get 2 shades for that. They're beautiful. She's a really innovative artist. Okay, for the lips, I am enjoying 2 different lip liners a lot. Charlotte Tilbury and Westman Atelier. This is the Charlotte Tilbury has the dual one, which I like to shade with. I don't know if either of these is really new enough. I'm trying to do the last few months. But today I brought out the Westman Atelier Lip Shape in the shade Lulu, which is a little bit of a deeper shade. But she has 8 shades for $34. And I am going to put this on, and then we are going to combine it with my new favorite lip. I'm still in my red lip era or darker lip era, and I'm enjoying the Violette FR Nectar Lip Nectar. That has 4 shades, and I have been loving, I love all of them, but I've been really enjoying the Dahlia Noir. Those are $29, so I'm going to combine these 2. That really makes this last, because on its own, the Violette FR, it's like a lip stain. It doesn't last tremendously long or through eating, maybe 2 hours or so, but I can extend it when I combine it. So let me just speed this up, because lip lining is like mascara application. So let me speed this up and show you. This is Lulu in Westman Atelier. Okay, so first of all, I just kind of smudged that on just to make a little base for this Dahlia Noir. Again, this is the Violette FR Lip Nectar. It is kind of a liquid, again, lip stain. I hear that YSL The Inks, my absolute favorite, is coming out with a few new shades, and then that will make a video like this for me. But these are just, I wanted to focus today on very recent releases. And see, that pencil down first really makes this last a little longer, and then I'll go in with the second coat. This is creamy and shiny. And then I increase the amount of wear time by putting down a little dark lip liner such as Lulu by Westman Atelier. But I'm also really enjoying the Charlotte Tilbury dual-ended ones. Although I do have to mention that someone in a video told me that their Charlotte Tilbury dual-ended snapped in half. Mine have not done that, but buyer beware. I have heard that from actually a few viewers. So that is why I featured the Westman Atelier. And she has a new, Westman Atelier has a new, her petal shade that's so famous. She has a new highlighter in the petal, in the supercharged, the liquid. So that is on its way to me, and we'll try that out together. But I just wanted to show you some of my absolute favorite releases that I truthfully wear pretty much daily when I am not filming, that is, in my everyday life. Some favorites. I also want to thank Sleep and Glow for believing in my channel and sponsoring this content that you got to see today. Another product that I use all the time. So I really enjoyed having them on board for this one. Let me know any questions that you guys have. Do not forget that if you use code NOTFITFORPRINT over at Sleep and Glow, you will get $15 or 15 euros, 15 pounds off of their blankets and pillows, but you'll also save 10% off everything else that they have that's really cool at Sleep and Glow. So tell them I said hello. Make sure that you share, like, and of course subscribe. And I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video, as well as over on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and our membership here on YouTube. Bye-bye.